Well, hello there. Good morning. Welcome to Take a Break with Breeda. My name is Breeda Miller, and I'm so glad that you are here. Come on in. I have my cuppa. I hope you do as well. There's plenty of seats, plenty of spots here. This is a soft spot to land. And just some thoughts this morning, this Monday morning in August, during August 2020, the year that we will never forget, right? It's tough, and right now, boy, I'm just feeling how many people are feeling stressed, conflicted, confused about what to do right now in terms of work and their kids' schooling, connecting with others, and being safe. And so I just want to share with you where I'm at. And so Friday was a pretty big day for me. I was out and about running a few errands and went to one of my favorite spots. I spent a few minutes at TJ Maxx. And what is so interesting to me is that, I spent the first half of this self-quarantine, this time of just being home, decluttering my house. I mean, I know it's hard to tell from this space, but we really got rid of a lot of books and a lot of stuff and things that had lived their life with us, but were perfectly fine, but could bring some joy and light to others' lives. So we just gave it away, and it's been really good. So that means that I'm not really looking to fill up my house with more stuff. So I'm in TJ Maxx, which is one of my happy places, and looking around and really not buying much. I had to exchange something, but I'm in the checkout line, which is like the gauntlet. Like, can you get through that checkout line without all the impulse purchases that are just saying, buy me, bring me home? And I saw for the first time something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, which is masks at TJ Maxx. And I looked at them, and at first I thought, Now, first of all, there's a big sticker, not returnable. So that's a good thing. I wasn't worried about somebody else had bought them and returned them. And they were a 3-pack for like $10. But they looked really nicely made, and they were lightweight and breathable and all the features now that 6 months ago, what did I know about masks? What did I care about masks? All I knew was my dentist wore a mask all the time. My dentist, great guy, every single time I have seen him, he was wearing a mask, and the mask was like a dog snout situation. And if I saw that man on the street, I would not recognize him, because I don't think I've ever seen him without the mask. Maybe once. Anyway, now we're all wearing masks, or I hope we are all wearing masks. But my point is, I found these masks, and I really believe that this is a long game. That when we first thought, 6 or 8 weeks, we'll wear the masks and all is well and we'll move forward. And the virus has other ideas. People have different ideas about whether masks are viable or useful or have a statement to make. And, I don't think that's where we're at right now. I think we really need to find ways to cope. And one of the ways that we can cope and keep the economy going, whether or not you believe in the health benefits to yourself and to others, if you are interested in having businesses be able to stay open and kids to be able to go to school and all of those kinds of things, masks are a key part of that. So if we wear the masks, and so if we can find ones that are at least comfortable, might be a stretch, okay? Not really super uncomfortable or distressing. If you can find those, I'd say embrace them. So in my closet, I have, the scarves, not the pared down amount of scarves, and some jewelry and a couple of handbags, my favorite accessories. Who knew that I would have a little basket of masks in different colors, different designs, different levels of comfort. Anyway, so I just think that's interesting. So one of the things, though, when I think about this time, it's now August in the pandemic, are some lessons that I've learned. And one of those lessons is that we can plan all the things that we want to plan, but things will happen that are beyond our control. And we have two choices. We can get angry, we can get frustrated, we can feel that people are doing this to us, that we are a victim. And maybe we can all feel those for a short time. I think that's really normal and reasonable. But then we need to put that aside and find a way forward, and to find a way to adapt, to be Gumby, to be flexible, and lessons that are learned. And so Jim and I had plans this year, really big plans, to walk the Camino de Santiago again. And we made the arrangements. We'd been training. You know, this is a 500-mile walk across northern Spain. It's not just a little stroll in the park. Anyway, that didn't happen, obviously. So all the plans were, just put on hold, I'd like to say, rather than canceled, just delayed till another date, that we hope that we're going to be able to do this. But we're also recognizing that tomorrow is not promised to any of us, and our health is not promised to any of us. And so if we have opportunities to do things, if we have opportunities to experience life, then we should, right? Given the constraints that we're in, the ways that we can maintain our own safety with the pandemic and others. So every summer, Jim loves the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's a beautiful, beautiful location and a spot. And I'm embarrassed to tell you, as a lifelong Michigander, I have been on the other side of the Mackinac Bridge, but not very far, and not for a long period of time. I've seen Tequamanon Falls, and it's beautiful, but I've never gotten up to the really spectacular places that people talk about all the time. Pictured Rocks and Copper Harbor, and just magnificent places. So Jim was thinking that he was going to go just a solo little camping trip in the car and go, because he knows I'm not a fan of camping, and he has proof that I'm not a fan of camping. So I can be a little snarky, and I had this magnet. I'm not sure if you can read it or not, on the desk filing cabinet in my office at my PDJ, pesky day job. And I brought it home and put it on the fridge. And it says, "I love not camping." He had no idea, because I would always just make excuses about why I couldn't go. And when I say I love not camping, I guess what I mean is I love not sleeping in the dirt. And I love not dealing with sleeping in a tent, in a sleeping bag on an inflatable mattress that does not stay inflated, comfort things. I have nothing against nature. I love seeing beautiful things and places. Anyway, I said to him, I'll go with you up to the Upper Peninsula. This is fresh. This is like Friday. And he was a little bit shocked. And then we talked about how we could do it. And he said, there's only room for one sleeping in the car, it's a little hatchback, and he has a whole little bedding situation set up. Anyway, our youngest son, Evan, Mr. Camper, he has this very cool little tiny camper, a 2-person camper. And so we're going to borrow it, and we're going to head off and do this. And you know what? It's going to be great. We don't know exactly where we're going. We don't know exactly what we're going to see. But the thing is that if we've learned nothing in 2020, it's that life is short and nothing is promised. And when we have an opportunity to do something, we have the time, we have the health, we have the ability and the resources to do it, perhaps we should. So to me, this is taking my own advice, taking a break before I break. I've been working hard. I've been making videos. You saw them, you see them. Working on my new website, doing lots of busy projects that I love. But this is something that I think is really important. So I'm gonna have, I think I'll take some videos, I hope. And that I know that we're gonna see beautiful sights. I hope we can find a spot in a campground, because I think everybody and their brother is having the same idea that we are. But the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is a big place, and it's a spectacular place. So we're going to be heading up, and I'm pretty excited. I'm a little nervous. There are bears and other wilderness creatures up there, but at least there'll be more than just a thin piece of nylon tenting between me and the bears. But I'm pretty sure they won't be anywhere near where we're going to be. I keep telling myself that that's the case. But anyway, I'll be able to send you a report. So if you have an opportunity to take some time, take an afternoon, find a body of water, find some nature. It will replenish your soul. It will recharge your batteries. And if you're able to do it for more than an afternoon or more than a day, maybe there's a way that you can safely find a way to take a break before you break. So that's my plan. I will see you soon. But I hope that you've enjoyed this little break with me. I'm Breeda Miller, and I just wish you well. We'll get through this. We'll get through this together, and we'll remember it. And it will be the summer of how many things changed. So give yourself and others space and grace. We need it more than ever. Take care.